Surah 47, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. 47:2 and 48:29 are the last two verses in Al-Quran that mention Muhammad. But anyways, in the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful, whoso believe not, and prevent others from the way of God, their works will he cause to miscarry. But whoso believe and do the things that are right, and believe and believe in what hath been sent down to Muhammad, for it is the truth from their Lord. Their sins will he cancel and dispose their hearts aright. This because the infidels followed vanity, misbelievers, while those who believe and follow the truth from their Lord, thus to men doth God set forth their likeness. When ye encounter the infidels, strike off their heads, till ye have made a great slaughter among them, and of the rest burst the fetters. Okay, 47:4. When you meet in the fight and you go on, okay, anyways, and afterwards let there be free dismissals, or ransoming till the war hath laid down its burdens. Thus were such the pleasure of God, he could himself take vengeance upon them, but he would rather prove the one of you by the other. And whoso fight for the cause of God, their works he will not suffer to miscarry. So you see very clearly, this is the battle, not some killing them wherever they find them. The Quran never teaches that you just kill people who you don't think are Muslim. That's not absolutely unacceptable. So 47:4 and 8:12 make clear that misconception is garbage. He will vouchsafe them guidance and dispose their hearts aright, and he will bring them into paradise, of which he hath told them. Believers, if ye help God, God will help you, and will set your feet firm. If you help the cause of God, clearly God is not in need of help. It sounds odd in English. But as for the misbelievers, let them perish, and their works shall God bring to naught. This because they were adverse from the command which God sent down. Fruitless therefore shall their works become. Have they not journeyed through the land, and seen what hath been the end of those who flourished before them? God brought destruction on them, and the like of this doth await the misbelievers. This because God is the protector of those who believe, and because the misbelievers have no protector. Verily God will bring those who believe and do the things that are right into the gardens between whose the rivers flow. But they who believe not take their fill, and eat as the beasts eat, and their dwelling place the fire. And how many cities were mightier in strength than thy city, which hath thrust thee forth? We destroyed them, and there was none to help them. Shall he who followeth the clear teaching of his Lord be as he, the evil of whose doings hath been made to seem good to him, or who follow their own lusts? You can follow your desires if you temper them with what's right and wrong. A picture of the paradise which is promised to the God-fearing. Therein are rivers of water which corrupt not, rivers of milk whose taste changeth not, and rivers of wine delicious to those who quaff it, and rivers of honey clarified, and therein are all kinds of fruit for them from their Lord. Is this like the lot of those who must dwell forever in the fire, and shall have the draughts of boiling water forced on them, which will render their bowels asunder. Some of them indeed hearken to thee, until when they go out from thee, they say with sneers to those to whom the knowledge hath been given, What is this? He said. These are they whose hearts God hath sealed up, and who follow their own lusts. Because God didn't intercede and interfere with what they were doing to themselves. But as to those who have the guidance, he will increase their guidance, and he will teach them what to fear, for what they wait. But that the hour comes suddenly on them, already are its signs come, and when it hath come on them indeed, how can they be warned then? Know then that there is no God but God. Ask pardon for thy sin, and for believers, both men and women. God knoweth your busy movements, and your final resting places. The believers say, Oh, would that a surah be sent down. But when a peremptory surah is revealed, whose burden is war, thou mayest see the diseased of heart look toward thee with a look of one on whom the shadow of death have fallen, whom the shadows of death have fallen, but the better in them whose obedience becoming language. But better in them would be obedience and becoming language. Okay. Is it 18? No, I was thinking of verse 20. Yeah, 47:20. I kind of think of the word surah, kind of like a colored house of the year, and this verse is like the ceiling and the floor. But whatever, you don't have to picture it that way. I just like that way of thinking of that verse. And if when the command for war is issued, they are true to God, it would be assuredly best for them, were ye not ready, if ye had turned back from him, to spread disorder in the land, and violate the ties of blood. These are they whom God hath cursed and made deaf, and blinded their eyes. Will they not then meditate on the Koran? Are locks upon their hearts? But as to those who return their errors after the guidance hath been made plain to them, Satan shall beguile them and fill them with his suggestions. So don't let it start here. This because they say to those who abhor what God hath sent down, We will comply with you in part of what ye enjoin, but God knoweth their secret reservations. But how, when the angels, in causing them to die, shall smite them on the face and the back. So, again, the same thing, really enforcing this pair theme in two different ways between 47 and 8. This because they follow that which angereth God, and abhor what pleaseth him, therefore will he make their works fruitless. So again, this is not a punishment that's implemented by the Islamic State, as you see by the context. These light beings, these unfallen angels that are punishing the people. It's not something that people are doing. But how, when the angels, in causing them, shall smite them on the face back? This because they follow that which angereth God, and abhor what pleaseth him. Therefore will he make their works fruitless. Think these men of diseased hearts that God will not bring out their malice to light? If such were our pleasure, we could point out to thee, and thou surely by their tokens, and know them thou shalt by the strangeness of their words. God knoweth your doings. Particularly nowadays, look at all these New Age religions with their jargon. With your doings. And we will surely test you until we know the valiant and the steadfast among you, and we will test the reports. Verily they who believe not, and turn others from the way of God, and separate from the apostle after that the guidance hath been clearly shewn them, shall in no way injure God, but their work shall he bring to naught. Believers, obey God and the apostle, and render not your works vain. Verily those who believe not, and pervert others from the way of God, and then die in unbelief, God will not forgive. Because their chance was in this life. None of this baptisms for the dead or any of that stuff. Be not faint-hearted then, and invite not those to peace when ye have the upper hand, for God is with you, and will not defraud you of your works. Surely this present life is only a play and a pastime, but if ye believe, fear God, he will give you your rewards, and he will not ask all your riches of you. Should he ask them of you and urge you, ye would shew yourselves niggards. Stingy is a easier way to say that for the modern mind, because there's implications. People think you're saying something else. And ye would bring your grudges to light. Lo, ye are they who are called to expend for the cause of God, and some of you are niggards. Which, it doesn't connect to the other thing that you're thinking, but yeah, some of you are misers. But whoso is miserly shall be miserly only to his own loss. For God is the rich, and ye are the poor, and if ye turn back, he will change you for another people, and they shall not be your like. So the upper hand, there are conditions, and we'll see these conditions as we go on. Remember, there's things in other places. It's not like certain scriptures where you can, I don't like this time period, I don't like this concept. You can just skip. You got to look at the picture of the whole, and don't fall into this ridiculous doctrine that makes people believe that you can only follow part of Quran and the other. Which verses? Oh, I'll follow a couple verses from the subject, but not the other ones. That can be a serious problem, and a lot of the things falsely attributed to Islam are because of this doctrine of abrogation. Because if you only do one or two things and take out things in between, it can be really bad, just like the thing that I told you about. Yes, cut off the heads and the fingers and all this. Yeah, when you're fighting them, that's totally different.